Hey guys, what's good? What's going on? Welcome to week 28 and 30 books in 30 weeks. We are on the downhill slide of this train. About to bring the plane to a landing, as they say, and the aeronautical industry, I guess. Um, so I wanted to introduce tonight. Hey Pamela, I wanted to introduce this week's book. We're on week 28 of 30 on this personal development journey that has now taken us on a 9-month trek through my personal development library. And this week's book is a great one to remind us. It's called Your Intelligent Heart, Notes to Women Who Work. And I love this book because as a reality-based trainer and coach, so much of what we tell us about our happiness is in the power of our own thoughts. And this book is just filled with like cute little reminders of things that we need to keep in mind as we learn to respect and honor our emotions. And so when it talks about your intelligent heart, and you guys hear me talk about emotionally intelligent people, right? You have to be in constant check with, what are your emotions telling you? What are your feelings telling you? And is it in line with what's true? And so I love this book for that reason. So feel free to share the video out as you guys are coming in. I see some of you popping on now. Takira, Mark, welcome. And for those of you who are popping in maybe for the first time, we are 28 weeks into this 30 books in 30 week series. And so my name is Marcy Batiste. Welcome to the Ultimate Power Team. I'm your Ultimate Power Coach, America's #1 reality-based success and recovery trainer. Firmly believe that we got to shore up that personal foundation to support our professional positions. When we're a mess in here, we're a mess outside in the world, and it's hard to build a strong foundation of anything on broken, shattered pieces. And so that's what the reality-based coaching is all about. And that's really what this personal development journey has been about, being able to share with all of you tips, tools, techniques, ahas, and nuggets that I also share with my clients, albeit in more in depth with my clients. Definitely they are their lifestyle tools. I want you to have a toolbox full of tools by the time we are completing this journey, which we have now all of this week and then all of next week of 29 and week 30. So we still got about 2 more weeks left after this week. So this week's book, Your Intelligent Heart, Notes to Women Who Work. And today I titled this The Power of Assumptions. And you know the old saying, what assuming does, it makes an ass out of you and me. And so that's kind of what that sort of reminder to yourself to stay in touch with reality, because if you are in tune with reality, then you're not assuming things. You're constantly fact checking. You're constantly, every single thought, every single negative self-talk, you're able to fact check that back and say to yourself, is this true? How do I know this to be true? Or is it a thought, a belief, a feeling, an emotion that I'm driving my own pain? So this book, like I said, it's filled with daily little notes and tidbits. And so the one that I highlighted today was number 60. And what's up, Reed? Number 60, and it says, assume the best in a situation. And I've shared this with my clients so many times, and I had forgotten that this was in this book. I got this book as a gift. It was signed by the author. Gosh, it's not dated though, so it's got to be a good 18 years old. But I had forgotten that this was in this book, and this is a philosophy that if you are going to engage in reality-based living and truly sell out to your happiness, you have to get this. Like, this is what I need you to get. And that is that nobody's out to get you. Think from a positive place. Give people the benefit of the doubt. So it says, assume the best in any situation. This is tip number 60. And she goes on to talk about how people automatically assume somebody is trying to harm them, trying to piss them off, trying to frustrate them. They're after them. And it's one of those things where I told you guys, I think a few weeks ago, and I said we all have this myth that people say, oh, the whole world's out to get me. And I said, no, I can debunk that immediately because I'm not out to get you. I'm for a fact not out to get you. I don't wake up in the morning targeting and gearing to piss anybody off. I don't live my life to take other people down. I don't live my life to tear people down. So there is, for a fact, one person out of 7.2 billion who is not out to get you. Therefore, it is not possible for the entire world to be out to get you. I need you to get that. So this living in assumptions, when you assume that, so somebody makes, let's say you're in a conversation with someone and they say something and you're like, why? What'd you say that for? What do you mean that? What do you mean by that? And you immediately take offense. That's you assuming that's not the case. They didn't mean anything offensive by it 9 out of 10 times. Now, yeah, do you have the folks that have a slick mouth and do try and push your buttons? Absolutely. But you still have to fact check it. You got to fact check it. You can't take it for granted that they said it to piss you off or to hurt your feelings. That's an assumption. You're assuming you're more often than not you're wrong is what it amounts to. More often than not than you're wrong. Hey Pam, right? Deja vu, right? Pam knows I talk about this stuff all the time. You have to go out into the world. If you were going to sell out to your happiness, this is what I need you to get. If you're going to sell out to your happiness, you have to go out into the world and assume the best in every situation. Just like it says in this book, you have to assume people mean you good, they don't mean you evil. Because we give it the meaning, we give it the power of good versus evil, right versus wrong, based on how we think about it. And so if you immediately just jump into conclusions and making assumptions, false assumptions 99% of the time, that's counterproductive to your happiness. It's like almost guaranteed to make you frustrated and disappointed and unhappy and disconnected. All those things. It's going to lead you feeling like you don't have a support system. Maybe you just need to change the circle that you have around you and create a support system. So don't assume that you don't have the people around you to support you. Maybe you need to change how you relate and how you invite people into the circle and allow them to support you. And so those are the kinds of things where you just have to remember that the world's not out to get you. Sometimes people say stuff and they didn't mean anything by it. Sometimes they make statements that are maybe just something that they've always said. It didn't have anything to do with you. Maybe it's something from their upbringing. Buying my book for Kindle now. Yeah, I think it's Reed, I think it's on Kindle at Barnes and Noble. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's on Amazon. I don't know. Both of them have it in electronic versions. But yeah, I think maybe Kindle might be Amazon. But anyway, yay, it's about time you got my book. Just kidding. So yeah, so back to what I was saying. You have to go out into the world and assume that if you even enter the room, entering into a room with the assumption that something good's about to happen, it's about to be a breakthrough. Something great and amazing is possible in this room full of people, versus you walking into a room and thinking, oh my God, this is going to be another one of those boring things. I wonder how nasty the food's going to be. Is the chicken going to be cold? We walk into situations and we create our misery, we create our unhappiness, we create our unsettledness. It doesn't have to be that way. You can honestly create the level of happiness that you want just by assuming people mean you good versus evil. And like I said, I guarantee you, the world's not out to get you. Not everybody means you harm. Matter of fact, I think that people who think that the world's out to get them are a little bit arrogant. Like people that think that I don't like them for some reason, or because we didn't agree on something years ago that we got beef still. you're giving yourself a level of relevance in my life that doesn't exist. I can assure you of that. Because I don't wake up every day mad. I don't wake up every day thinking, oh, I got beef with this person. I got beef with... I don't have beef. I don't have beef, because if you live and conduct yourself in a way that is counterproductive to my happiness, I don't deal with you. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes us a bad fit as friends. It makes us a bad fit to be in one another's lives or in our close proximity or in close circles. I can still associate with you. I can still be cordial with you and not have to be besties. But you can't assume that you're that important to someone that they're going to wake up in the morning and think about upsetting you, hurting you. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. It's not that serious. You're not that serious. 9 out of 10 times. I can guarantee that. I know it's on Amazon, Read. So good. I'm glad you're getting it. Thank you for that support. I appreciate you. So that's our message for today. Go into the situation thinking people owe you or are there to do you good instead of to do you harm. Assume the best in situations. That is more than likely. If everybody entered into the room assuming the best of one another, what an amazing place this would be as a world. Imagine how much drama and chaos and heartache and pain and violence could be prevented if we all just assumed that someone means us good versus someone means us evil, until they prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the other is true. There is evil out there. There are evil people out there that commit evil crimes. Even then, a lot of times, they didn't walk out of the house that day expecting to be evil. Something happens and they lose control, etc., and so on. But keep that in mind as you go through your day. If you're selling out to your happiness, assume the best in every situation and watch how your life changes. Watch how your happiness level increases. I guarantee you it's a win. It's always going to be a win for you. All right, that's the message. As always, guys, thanks for joining in and being part of the Ultimate Power Team. Thanks for living life on Mars. For those of you who have been around for the last several years, I appreciate you guys immensely. I love you. I'm so honored you're here and that you made an investment to share some time with me today. Have a good night, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow with another tip from your intelligent heart. Have a good night, guys.